Consider a beam of length L pivoted at one end and supporting a 2000 newtons object at their end. Find the tension T in the supporting cable that runs upwards to the ceiling. Assume the weight of the beam to be negligible. So in this problem, they want us to find tension provided the weight of the beam, we have to neglect it because it is contributing. Now we have to neglect it for us to answer this question. So step one, we are going to draw what we call the free body diagram. Free body diagram. So this tension, it was at an angle of 30. So step one, we draw the free body diagram, which is going to be like so. At an angle of 30 degrees. So after drawing the free body diagram, we have to resolve the components. We have to resolve now the components of the tension. So since we only have one tension, or you have one cable, which means we shall have the Tx component and the Ty component. So now to resolve the components, it's either you use the quadrant method or the x-axis method. Which one do you prefer? X-axis. So we shall use the x-axis method, where we shall come up with a table. The first column is going to be vector. Then second column will be x component. X component. Then the y component column. So where the vector given here, it's t. The vector given, it's t. Then x component, if we are to use the quadrant method, then it means we shall have adjacent over hypotenuse, not so. This is the tx and this is the ty. So we shall have adjacent over hypotenuse, which is going to be tx be equal to t cos theta. Clear? Then this one will be ty equal to t sin theta. Is it clear? So for the x component, we'll be using cos. For the y component, we'll be using sine. So there are diagrams that usually comes with more vectors. They can give you something like so, where you have T1, T2, T3. Then they ask you to find the tension, the resultant tension or resultant force, which means we have to resolve the components of each vector here. So in lighting, we'll be saying Tx1, Ty1. For T2, we'll say Tx2, Ty2, Tx3, Ty3. Then at the end, we had all the Tx components and all the Ty components. Clear? Is it clear? Okay, so this is the first part we covered when we are doing vectors, introduction to physics. So it's a lesson on its own. So for you, Sherini, I think we need to arrange a day so that you come and have full understanding on the vectors. Is it clear? Okay. So now, the Tx will be equal to T we don't have is what we are looking for. Then cos theta. We are using the x-axis method. So we have to take an angle starting from 0 here. Starting from 0 up to the vector. You see? So now, since we have 30 degrees given, we shall subtract 30 from 90 so that we know this angle, which is the 60. Clear? So this one will be 60. So Ty will be equal to T sine 60. When you punch, what are we getting? Yes. What is the cos 60 and the sine 60? Let's start with cos. What are we getting?
0.5.
So Tx will be equal to 0.5 times T, which is equal to 0.5 T. What of sine 60?
0.87.
0.87 T. Clear? So since we only have one vector, so we shall close our table. You can copy. Okay, so after resolving the components, now we have to sum all the vectors acting in the x direction and we equate to 0. Then we should also sum all the vectors acting in the y direction, then we equate to 0. So I will say summation of Tx will be equal to 0. So summation of Tx will be equal to 0. So in the x-axis, we already have 0.5 T. We don't have another force that is acting. It's only 0.5 T. So I will say 0.5 T will be equal to 0. And it ends here. Then we go to y-axis. So Ty will be equal to 0. So in the y-axis, we have 0.870 and the weight. Clear? And the weight. So say Ty plus weight equal to 0. So Ty is 0.870. Weight in the downward direction, it is the vector quantity. It should have negative sign, which is going to be negative 2,000 equal to 0. Clear? So 0.870 be equal to 2,000. Then we divide both sides by 0.87T. I mean 0.87. Then 0.87. When we divide, what are we getting? What are we getting when we divide?
2,298.85.
Come again.
2,298.85.
0.85. So now if we round off to three significant figures, 1, 2, 3, we shall get one from 8, which is going to be 2,000. If we add 1 to 9, we are getting 10. So we cannot write 10 here to pass 1 to the previous number, which is going to be, so it will be 2,300 newtons is the tension in the cable. Is the tension in the cable. Done.